Imagine a time when people invented quirky and downright outlandish things that failed to gain traction, mainly because they solved problems most people didn't have. During the late 19th to mid-20th century, inventors came up with wild ideas that seem fictional today. Take a look at this primitive bicycle that probably inspired the modern hoverboard we see everywhere nowadays, or this two-in-one plane that you can fly or drive. From insane weight loss fads to bras with inbuilt massagers, we're about to show you the most bizarre vintage inventions that actually existed, and some of them will make you wonder, what were they thinking? Colt .38. This is a Colt .38 gun with a small camera attached just below the muzzle. When the trigger was pulled, the camera would snap a picture at the same time. It was specially set up to take photos as you fired the gun. On the left side of the photo, you can see images taken by the gun's camera. Family cycle. This photo shows a cool old bike that lets an entire family ride together. It even had a sewing machine built right into it for the mom to use while traveling. After all, gender stereotyping was the norm back then. All-in-one lawn mower. This lawnmower had a big, round plastic ball, 5 feet wide, where the rider sat on a soft, comfy seat. It made its own power for cool features like running lights, a phone, air conditioning, and even a system to chill drinks on hot days. Dicycle. Edward Otto made a special bike called the Dicycle to be safer than the scary tall bikes people rode before. His invention had 2 giant wheels side by side, held together with a strong bar. To stay steady, the rider used a long arm with a little rubber wheel at the end. This helped stop the bike from tipping backward. Both men and women could ride it, which was unusual for the time. This Dicycle is probably what inspired the modern hoverboard and the Segway PT. Airplane or bus. In 1921, René Tempier made an airplane that could drive on roads. He added a small engine to move its wheels, like a car. It had extra wheels near the back to help steer. When on the road, the plane's wings and tail folded, and it moved backward with the tail in front. Only 2 of these avian automobiles were ever made. Head machine to detect personality. In the early 1900s, there was a machine for measuring head shapes to learn about personality. It had 1,954 components and a motor inside a wooden box. The machine gave information about 32 mental traits, like memory or creativity, by analyzing the bumps on your head. Coffee maker in car. This picture shows a special coffee maker in a 1959 Volkswagen Beetle. It was placed on the car's dashboard. The machine could hold enough water for 3 cups of coffee. It could also make soup, boil eggs, or heat water for washing and shaving. The idea was to make it easier for drivers to enjoy warm drinks or do other tasks while on the go. This unique gadget was designed to make life more convenient in the car. Automatic tip requester. In 1955, Russell E. Oakes invented the automatic tip requester. This gadget had a fake hand and a small cash box that people wore around their waist. If someone didn't leave enough money for a tip, a no sale sign would pop up. It was a funny and strange invention designed to remind people to give tips. So toxic tip culture was a thing even a century ago. Special spoon. This picture shows a special spoon from 1948. It was made to help cool down very hot soup. The spoon had a design that made it work better than regular spoons, helping people enjoy their soup without burning their mouths. It was a clever idea to make eating hot food safer and easier. Glamour bonnet. In the 1940s, people used the glamour bonnet to make their skin look younger. It was a vacuum helmet that lowered air pressure around the head. The inventor, Mrs. D.M. Ackerman, thought it improved blood flow and made skin healthier. Laryngophone. This photo from September 11, 1929, shows a man in London using the laryngophone at a shipping show. This special phone blocks noise and only sends sound from your voice box when placed on your throat or cheek. It was a cool gadget back then. Portable sauna. This is a Finnish portable sauna from 1962. You could take it almost anywhere, your office, a public bathroom, or even on a bus. It let people enjoy a sauna wherever they went, making luxury steam showers convenient and available, just like coffee is nowadays. Slenderizing salon. This picture shows a slenderizing salon from the 1940s. It claimed women could lose weight without exercising. The machine worked by making muscles move on their own, like a workout, but without any effort. Simultaneous shave. This 19th century machine could shave 12 men at the same time. but it didn't work well because it couldn't adjust to different face shapes, which made it fail in the market. However, if it weren't for this one flaw, maybe today we'd see it everywhere, especially at salons for bridal parties. RoboCat? This 1963 machine from Japan looked like a cat and could meow 10 times a minute. Its eyes would light up with each meow. The device was made to scare away rats and mice. Permanent waves. This 1935 photo shows a woman getting her hair curled with strange wires and curlers at a hairdressing show. The invention promised curls that stayed perfect, even in rain. It looked like a science experiment, but was just a way to make permanent waves popular in the 1930s. Sit and walk at the same time. In the 1930s, Mr. Walter Nilsson created a strange invention where you could sit and still walk along the street. It looked unusual, but worked like a moving chair. Walter's design is probably what inspired the sit-anywhere wearable chair. Dimple machine. This photo shows a machine that made dimples by pressing into your cheeks. A young woman is trying it out at the Inventors Congress in Chicago. Dynasphere. This photo shows a wheel that runs on electricity. This monowheel vehicle design was patented in the 1930s by John Archibald Purvis FRSE from Taunton, Somerset. Believe it or not, he was inspired to make this design from one of Leonardo da Vinci's sketches. Motor wheel. This picture shows a Swiss engineer's invention, a motor wheel. It's a type of motorcycle with a special wheel. The wheel runs on a rail that sits inside a solid rubber tire. This unique design helps the bike move smoothly and differently from regular motorcycles. It's a creative idea for better movement on tracks. Diving bell helmet. The diving bell helmet, invented by Edmund Halley in the late 17th century, was a special helmet used by divers. It had a tube that brought air from the surface, letting divers move around underwater for short times. The helmet helped people explore underwater, even though they couldn't stay down for too long. Suntan dispenser. This photo shows Betty Dutter at the annual vending machine convention in Chicago on January 19, 1949. She is showing how to use the new suntan lotion dispenser. For just a dime, people could get a 30-second spray of sunscreen. It was a fun and easy way to get a tan. Handy cigarette holder. This picture is proof that in the 1950s, everyone smoked. In fact, people were smoking so much that there was a special cigarette holder to help them smoke an entire pack at once. The inventor of this device was either an addict or simply had no regard for anyone's health. Baby cages. This picture shows a nanny watching a baby in a wire cage, hanging outside a tall building window. These cages were given to people in London's Chelsea Baby Club who didn't have gardens and were okay with placing their babies in these boxes, hanging over busy streets. Rainy day cigarette holder. The man in this photo is Robert L. Stern, the president of Zeus Corp. He can be seen holding a cigarette with a special rainy day holder he designed himself. The holder was made to keep the cigarette dry even when it's raining, showing Stern's creativity and practical thinking. Bed piano. Yep, you heard it right. This is a special piano made for people who are stuck in bed. It was created in 1935 in Great Britain so that those who can't get up can still enjoy playing music. The piano was designed to make it easier for them to play while resting in bed. Electrical vest. This picture shows a special heated vest made for traffic police in the United States in 1932. The vest used electricity to keep the officers warm. The power came from electric contacts in the street, helping them stay comfortable while working in cold weather. Dual working bike. This was a special bike made for traveling both on land and in water. It can carry up to 120 pounds. The picture was taken in Paris in 1932. The bike was an invention that could work on roads and in water, making it very unique for its time. Snow mask. Next on the list of handy devices that just didn't catch on is this plastic face shield used to protect people from snowstorms in Montreal, Canada in 1939. The face protection helped shield them from the cold wind and snow during harsh winter weather. Special strollers. This picture shows a special stroller from 1938 in England. It was made to keep babies safe from gas attacks during wartime. The stroller had special protection, so the baby inside would be protected from dangerous gases. Vibrating bra. Believe it or not, this is a special bra that claimed to help make the chest stronger. It was designed to vibrate while the person wore it, even while they were working. The idea was that the vibrations would help develop and improve the bust while doing everyday tasks. Monopod seat. This is a 1953 monopod seat. It was made to be easy to carry around and could give people a quick place to sit whenever they needed it, while traveling or walking. This was a simple way to rest on the go. Heil. This is a picture of a device called Heil, designed with Mickey Mouse's German audio-visual equipment. It helped to make loud noises and flashes from enemy guns easier to hear and see, so soldiers could find where the guns were. The goal was to track down enemy positions during battle. Plastic undergarment. This special kind of bra was made from plastic to keep women safe while working in factories during World War II. The bra was designed to protect them from certain accidents at work. Made completely of plastic, it helped prevent injuries and kept women safer during their jobs. Hamblin glasses. Hamblin glasses, invented in 1936, helped people read while lying on their backs. The glasses used a special periscope that let readers see without twisting their necks. Even though they were created nearly 100 years ago, many people who love reading still use these glasses today to make reading in bed more comfortable. Twirl fork. Russell E. Oakes invented a special fork to help people twirl spaghetti easily. If you were having trouble spinning the noodles on your fork, this fork had a hand crank at the bottom that spun it for you. Once it was twirled, you just lifted it to your mouth. It made eating pasta so much easier and fun. First wireless newspaper. In 1938, the first wireless newspaper was sent out from the WR radio station in New York City.
WOR, Newark, New Jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments, WOR will discontinue the service.
The photo shows children reading the children's page of a newspaper from Missouri. This was an exciting moment because it marked the beginning of using radio to send news directly to people's homes, making it easier for everyone to stay informed. The idea of a wireless newspaper was a big step in how we get our news today. Hairline brush. On January 12, 1950, Ted Spence showed off the hairline brush made for bald heads. It had bristles for brushing and a soft pad to rub the scalp. It seems like a good idea, but why put both a brush and a polisher on one handle? A regular brush would probably work better. Whoever made this might have missed a few hair follicles. The isolator. The picture shows a 1925 anti-distraction helmet called the isolator. Its job was simple: block out noise and sights so the person wearing it could focus better. The helmet had a wooden design and a small glass hole to look through. It could cut out up to 95% of noise, and the hole kept distractions away. The idea was to help people work without being interrupted by sounds or movement around them. Running board. In the 1930s, if you didn't want your dog inside your car, it could ride outside on a special platform called a running board. This was a flat space attached to the side of the car where dogs could travel safely. It was a common way for pet owners to bring their dogs along for the ride without them being inside the vehicle. Rhino vehicle. The Rhino 1954 was a special four-wheeled vehicle made for tough areas like Alaska and Canada, where roads were rare. It could drive on land and water, and it was built to never tip over. Weighing 5 tons, it could go up to 45 miles per hour on the road. This tough machine was designed to patrol and protect places far from regular roads, making it perfect for hard-to-reach places. Breast massaging machine. This picture shows a strange machine made for massaging or cleaning breasts. It could also be proof that Sky Mall, which is famous for selling odd items, actually started in the 1930s with a catalogue of unusual household products. These products were not just practical, but also a bit strange, showing how different things were sold back then. It's a reminder of how people have always been interested in new and surprising inventions. Hangover mask. This picture shows a mask invented by Max Factor in the late 1940s. The mask was covered with small plastic ice cubes, and you would strap it on your face after a party. While wearing it, you could take a nap and wake up feeling refreshed, ready to have fun again. It was meant to help people feel better after a night of drinking, like a quick recharge for your face. Trumpet radar. This picture shows large trumpet-like devices used long ago to listen to the sounds of airplane engines. Before radar was invented, these trumpets helped people detect planes by their noise. Built-in radio helmet. This helmet was invented in 1931 and became very popular in the late 1940s in the United States. It was special because it had a built-in radio, which people could take with them everywhere. The helmet made it easier to listen to music or news while walking around, making it a cool gadget at the time. Car with a shovel. This picture shows a car with a special shovel attached to it. The shovel was meant to help keep people safe and reduce the number of accidents on the streets. It was introduced in Paris in 1924 to make sure that people walking on the sidewalks wouldn't get hurt by cars. This unusual invention was part of an effort to protect pedestrians in busy cities. Ultraviolet light to mark babies. This photo shows ultraviolet lamps used in 1938 to mark babies with their initials at hospitals. The idea was to help make sure no babies were switched at birth. The light would shine on the baby's skin and leave a small mark with their names or initials. This helped doctors and nurses make sure every baby went home with the right family. Stroller with an antenna. This is a special stroller from 1921. It has a radio with an antenna and a speaker. The idea was that the radio could play sounds to help keep the baby calm and quiet. This unusual stroller was a creative way to use technology to make babies happier while being out for a walk. Motorized surfboard. In 1948, inventor Joe Gilpin rode across a lake on a motorized surfboard, looking cool in a suit, bowler hat, and smoking a cigarette. Back then, it wasn't strange to see someone doing this without any safety gear. Joe glided across the water, showing off his invention in style. The picture shows just how confident and relaxed he was while enjoying this unusual ride. We hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more.